So this was the time when God had made heaven and earth, and the plants and things were not really growing yet, but there was water coming up from the ground, and it was watering the whole surface of the ground, just springs everywhere. And at this time, God formed man out of the dust of the ground, and he breathed into the man the breath of life, and the man became a living being. Now, God had planted a garden in the east in Eden, and he put the man that he had formed there so that the man could work the garden and take care of it. And he had planted all kinds of trees that were both beautiful to look at and were good for food. And in the very middle of the garden, he planted the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And there was a river that flowed through the garden, and it watered the whole garden. And there it separated into 4 headwaters. And the name of the first river was the Pishon, and it wound through this land where there was gold, and there was onyx, and there was aromatic resin, and all kinds of other amazing gems. There was also the Tigris River and the Euphrates River, and another river, the Gihon. And the man was in the river, and the man was in the garden, taking care of it and working it. And God said to the man, commanded him, you are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, because the day that you eat of that tree, you will definitely die. And God saw that the man was alone, and he said, that's not really good for him. And so he looked for a companion for the man, and he brought the man every kind of creature to see what the man would name it. There was a horse, and there was a dog, and a cat. That kind of looks like a dog. Doodly 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 doodly. And among all of the creatures of the earth and all of the birds of the air, the man gave them all names, but he did not find anything that was a suitable companion for him. And God said, this will not do. My man really needs a companion. And so God took matters into his own hands. I mean, things were always in God's own hands. So God devised a plan, and he took the man, and he put the man into a deep sleep. And God performed surgery on the man, and he took out of the man one of the man's ribs. And he took this rib, and he turned the rib into a woman. And then he woke up the man, and he brought the woman to the man. And the man said, wow, she is amazing. This is the most beautiful thing that I have ever seen. She's the best. She is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. I am going to call her a woman because she came out of a man. And that is why a man will leave his father and his mother, and he will become one flesh with his wife. And at this time, Adam and his wife Eve, they were both naked, and they felt no shame.